Hey there everyone, how are you today? Today we are going to talk about Star Wars Duel of the Fates. If you were not already aware, last week we had a leak of what was the supposed plot lines for Colin Trevorrow's script of Episode 9, which had the working title Duel of the Fates. And now we've got some concept art that is leaked out, which really all but confirms that what was released as far as the script was true and valid. To what extent, who knows, but there's a central character that was talked about in that leaked script that has concept art now leaked for, which is going to show up in an upcoming book, which is very interesting that they're going to release that stuff. I'm intrigued to see if they're going to put a bunch of stuff that was already going to be set up for what Colin Trevorrow's movie was going to be. So I'd love to see that. But nevertheless, this character was described to be very Lovecraftian, an ancient Sith who was described to have trained Palpatine, which who knows where the whole Plagueis thing would have came into play or how they were going to tie that in. But nevertheless, was described to have trained Palpatine and was also of the likes of 8,000 years old. I'm trying to remember exactly, but it was in the thousands. Just an ancient being. And now that this concept art is leaked out, it's exactly as described as this Lovecraftian being. So you can see in the images here, I mean, the concept art looks very interesting and it's very different. It's like this octopus squid looking thing that is attached to the severed head or whatever it is. It looks like it's attached to a head, and there's other concept that kind of shows that, but it looks like a face down, like in this water. It's very interesting if Tor Valum is just that creature, or if Tor Valum is the dead being and this thing has attached itself to it, which is keeping the consciousness of that character alive. So very interesting nonetheless. I don't know how much I would have wanted to have seen this in an episode 9 against what we got with, the Emperor showing up, just because it's very strange. I don't know if this would have been any better than resurrecting Palpatine, which I was completely okay with, but nevertheless, I mean, we do get the art here. You can see Kylo. And the other thing that's interesting too, there's this one shot here that looks as if it was like shot. It doesn't look like concept art. It looks like an actual shot, and you're on Mustafar, and you can see Vader's castle kind of peeking in the background there too, which is super interesting, because this looks like an actual thing that was shot at some point. Maybe a deleted scene, maybe an added effect into a shot that they had when, we saw Kylo on Mustafar in the beginning of Episode 9 as it was released. So, nevertheless, though, guys, this is what we've got here. So this is some of the art here that's going to be showing up in an upcoming book here for this ancient Sith character who was known as Tor Vellum, some ancient Sith. And, we never got to see it, but it'd be interesting to see if they're going to use this character, perhaps in some future property. I mean, for a creature that's this old and has this much history to it, if you wanted to continue and go with your 10, 11, 12, or do stories way off into the future, this is something you could kind of pull in to, explain certain things or get new Sith involved and such. But that's going to do it for today's video, guys. I'd love to know your thoughts on this here. What did you think of the leaked script for Colin Trevorrow's Duel of the Fates, if you did read it? And then also, would you have been more happy with having this character show up and let Kylo Ren be that central antagonist throughout Episode 9, or were you more happy that we had gotten Emperor Palpatine back in the mix for that as well? So thank you all very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you like the content, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, and until next time, may the Force be with you.